What's good, YouTube? It's your boy John Can. I just wanted to catch and hit y'all with a quick story for real, because I'm about to go to work, whatever. And you know, I start recording my 3 to 4 videos I'm gonna let out throughout the week on Friday. All right, so that I can edit them up and just have them throughout the week. First of all, let me apologize for this week. I only did one upload. Let me just tell you why. I kind of told you why in the Q&A, in the last Q&A I did with the no cursing or whatever. But basically, I had a stomach virus, and your boy was coffee. Ah, dang it! I can't curse. Your boy was pooping coffee. So basically, I couldn't trust my butthole. It was a rough time in my life. Real rough time in my life. I pushed through. Resilience on another level. So anyway, I want to tell y'all a quick story about this guy at my gym. He was when I first met him, he was a younger guy, and this is gonna be a lead up to. I'll just do the video now, right? But let me tell you the story about this guy. I'm not gonna say his name because I think he watches my videos, and he's gonna know exactly who he is. I'm not making fun of you, bro. From a very young age, I think of like 15, 16, he started lifting. You know, nice base, good physique or whatever. But he started this addiction that affects a lot of people, and I don't think people really understand how strong this specific addiction, and I'm calling it an addiction because I'm calling it what it is. You know, ace of spade, it's an addiction. Right now, I'm abusing this drug, and so is he, and so I'm thinking almost every YouTuber out there. They're all abusing this extremely strong drug. And he ended up having like heart problems. He had to stop working out. He couldn't work out without it. Are y'all seeing where I'm going with this? He was addicted to caffeine. And people think that caffeine isn't a strong drug. People think it's just, oh, it's legal, so it must not be anything that crazy. Well, I'm here to tell you now. And I'm not bashing anybody, because especially when you're prepping for something, or like, for example, right now I'm cutting for the Orlando Europa. So I'm abusing the crap out of some monsters. When I go to the store, I buy 2 of the big cases of them, which have 10 in them each. And in about a week and a half, they're gone. You know, like every day I have like 1 or 2 or sometimes 3. So I'm not saying that I'm above it. I'm just letting everyone know that caffeine can lead to a plethora of negative health issues. Oh, it was a monster burp. I tasted it. I'm about to list just 5 of them that you really need to take hold of. And the reason I'm making this is because almost every YouTuber shows and glorifies this. You know, they have rock stars, monsters. They're mixing Monster with pre-workout. And I do this too. I'm not about to be a hypocrite and just like call everybody out, but I'm just trying to let y'all know that it's not healthy for a prolonged amount of time. It can cause plenty of things that you don't want in your life. And if you're doing it, just calm that down. But I'm about to list 5 of them. I gotta go get my phone, because it just, I just researched it on the internet and read a bunch of articles. And when a bunch of articles say the same thing about one thing, it's probably true. Like, don't just read one thing and be like, oh, read like 20. Get a general, in school when you had to read a book, they was like, what's the main idea? All right, I'm about to do it. All right, y'all, so it's not the morning time anymore. I was about to shoot the video, but then I went to work. But I got off of work super early today, so. The top 5 bad things about caffeine that you need to really watch, and you gonna crank a little bag while I'm trying to shoot my video? I'm eating too, because I'm hungry. I just been working. Well, top 5 things you need to watch out for with caffeine, all right? We live in a world where you're gonna use caffeine, but I'm just informing you guys on what you should and shouldn't use it, on how you should and shouldn't use it. Number 1, insomnia. What does insomnia? Basically, it means you can't go to sleep, bruh. And if anything as lifters, we know one thing. We gotta sleep, lift, and eat. Real bodybuilders, that is what their life revolves around. Lifting eating, resting. That's it. So if we can take anything from real bodybuilders, because we're everybody who lifts, in order to make your body look better, to make your body aesthetically pleasing, you're a bodybuilder. You're just a smaller version of the more extreme bodybuilders. Like high school basketball players or just like professional basketball players, they don't wake up and do it every single day. They have class and stuff. So you understand what I'm saying? Sleep is very important. So if anything that stops you from sleeping and getting an adequate amount of rest is dangerous to your gains. And if gains is your goal, then caffeine is helping and hurting you at the same time. Especially if you're one of these guys who are, you know, drinking 2-3 monsters a day and taking pre-workout. I do that. But yeah, that was number 1. Now I know that we've all experienced this second one. Muscle tremors. This when your muscle be twitching. Now, this isn't that extreme, but it's annoying. It's annoying. That's it. Like if I one time I actually cut out caffeine because I was tired of like my shoulder like it's so annoying. I know it sounds like, oh, that's nothing, bro. All day long, given I'm highly affected by stimulants. So, you know, a little bit of pre-workout goes a long way with me, and the effects of it go a long way with me as well. So that's just me. But you too. Let's go to number 3. The third thing isn't. Keep in mind, y'all. These aren't in any kind of like special order. I'm eating some ribs. But these aren't in any kind of special order in like which one's worse. But the third thing I think is the worst, and that's basically what caffeine does and why people usually say you have to cycle on and off of pre-workout. Basically, let's just give the breakdown of what caffeine does to give you the energy that you get from it. All right, so I've never used any recreational drug in my life, not even marijuana. Surprise. Recreational illegal drug or anything like that. So when I use an example, it's not from experience, it's from what I've heard, but basically, like when a crackhead gets on crack, right, it affects a lot of things in their body, but primarily dopamine and adrenaline. All right, it accesses your adrenal gland, and so that your body's natural processes are affected. There's a chemical reaction going on in you to cause you to get that energy. It's not like carbs being transformed into energy. You know, caffeine doesn't have calories. So you know that there has to be a chemical reaction, just like everything else. Anyway, basically caffeine affects the same portions of the brain that crack does, just in a different way, in a different time release. But it affects dopamine and it affects your adrenal gland. Now, why is this dangerous? If you keep accessing your adrenal gland, not naturally, but with a chemical like caffeine, your body gets used to caffeine doing that for you. And then you stop doing it for yourself, or you lose the ability to do it for yourself, or you lose the ability to do it for yourself at will, if you will. That was smart. Which is why you've used this specific pre-workout for 6 months to a year. Every single workout, you work out 6 to 7 times a week, and it just doesn't work anymore. I wonder why. I guess the effects are wearing off. I guess this pre-workout is trash. No, it's your body building up a tolerance to it, just like anything else. But that's whoa, I went too deep. That's the third and why I think is the most important reason, is because you're actually using your body up. I know that sounds crazy, but when it comes down to it, the simplest way I can put it, you're using your body up. Your body's getting tired. It's no different than these people who get on steroids, okay? We talk so bad about the community of people who use steroids, this, that, and the other. Me, I have no quarrels with that community. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing more than you know what they're doing. All right? They don't need to be told it twice. Anyway, you're using up your body in a way that your body doesn't necessarily want to be used when you use caffeine. But, you know, the effects are so great and blah, 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 blah. There are people who, and when you get off of caffeine as well, you have withdrawal. So if you're used to drinking X amount of milligrams or grams of caffeine a day, goodness, when you stop it cold turkey, you'll get headaches, you get irritable. Those are withdrawal symptoms. You're no different than a crackhead. You know what I'm saying? Your teeth just ain't falling out. But that was number 3. We could go so deep into that topic. Health and stuff, we could talk for days. You pull up some math, it just ain't gonna work out. But I know this fitness stuff. It's all up here. If I could just untangle my brain, bro. And to piggyback off of that, we're gonna go to number 4. Like I just said, coffee speeds up the production of a stress hormone called cortisol. I had to look at my little cheat sheet. Called cortisol. Cortisol. Y'all know, hands down, number 1 killer of gains is stress. Because stress make you not want to eat, not want to sleep, and your body has no room to grow in that little section of like crappy life when you're stressed out. So that's number 4. That was quick, wasn't it? I'm about to hit you with the number 5. And the last one isn't scientific at all. I mean, it is scientific because I made an observation and thought about it with like a control group. I'm smart, bro. I went to college. I just need y'all to know that. All right. The last one is that caffeine overall just dulls you. And I know you're thinking, it doesn't dull me, it makes me energetic. I'm talking about you, the you without caffeine. This is for everybody, from the people who use it just in pre-workout and stuff like that, to the people who wake up and can't think until they have their first cup of coffee. Don't look at me, bruh. Don't look at me. All right? They can't think until they have their first cup of coffee. All right? It dulls you. Before you had caffeine, you worked out without pre-workout, and you didn't know the difference. You were just like, when you were going hard without caffeine, you were going hard in the gym. That was your going hard. You aren't you when you add caffeine into the equation, and you can really tell this when you have to get off of it, basically. You know, it's just like when people on steroids talk about their cycles when they're on steroids and when they aren't, how great they feel when they're on steroids and how crappy they feel when they aren't. Basically, they come back down to feeling like regular humans from being demigods. And it's sort of kind of the same thing on a smaller scale when you talk about caffeine. So, and that goes with anything. I mean, you know, there's people who out here who are addicted to porn. Who you can't have a good day unless you watch porn. You can't have a good day unless you know, flick a red cup. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Anything that has you like that you can't be yourself without it, you're addicted to it. And I think that's where I'm just gonna conclude this video. I say something new at the end of my videos now. And this is where I'm gonna use my one cuss word. Ain't even really a cuss word because it's in the Bible, so it must be good. Y'all ready? I'm about to hit y'all with it. Lift good. Sleep good. Eat good. And that's a good ass life. Bye.
You only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you love her when you let her go. Whoa. Whoa, only know you've been high when you're feeling low. Only hate the road when you're missing home. You only know